all heard that leaders are readers. And as we get into 2020, I thought it'd be good for me to share a few of the books that have really impacted me, both in the way I farm and the way I run business and the rest of life in general. So first I want to talk about the three that I think were the biggest books for me, and then a few more that, well, one that almost hit the top list, and then a few more that I've really enjoyed and have really helped me along. As we look at my top three books, they're in three different genres, basically, of writing, so I can't really recommend any higher than another, but I'm sure you guys will be able to decide for yourselves which ones you're more interested in. But I'll start out with my favorite farming book. This is You Can Farm by Joel Salatin. And Joel's been working at Polyface Farms down in Virginia. He owns it and runs it, and for a lot of years. And this book completely transformed the way I view farming and the way we do stuff around here. And it covers, I mean, absolutely everything from starting up, how to buy land, how to market, what you should get into, why you should get into that. And I mean, there's nothing that he doesn't really cover very well in this book. It is, I mean, this is the #1 book as far as I'm concerned for how you should farm. The second book in my top three is, again, in a very different genre of writing. It's Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willing and Leif Babin, and How Navy SEALs Lead and Win. Now this book, maybe from the title you're thinking, you know, you don't want to be extreme, but it's an awesome book about leadership. And although they're Navy SEALs, this leadership, they apply it to business principles, but it applies to absolutely every area of leadership in your life. I mean, it's a great book. The last book on my top three is Just Do Something by Kevin DeYoung. This book is written to a Christian audience, but its implications go far beyond that. And he does a great job of giving you good principles of where you should work and what you should do, but also being the title of the book, Just Do Something. Find something you love and do it to the best of your ability. So that is an awesome book. It's well written and everything. It's a good book for any reader. The fourth book, the one that I couldn't quite include in the top three list, is Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand. Now I just got a hold of this book recently, and so I haven't been able to totally implement everything that he said, but it is great. It will completely transform how you market and how you view marketing, basically. He talks about how storytelling is the key to marketing, and the way that you implement that will really affect how your business grows and succeeds. Alright, so we hit the top four basically. The other few, Dichotomy of Leadership by the same guys as wrote Extreme Ownership. This book really dives deeper into the principles laid out in Extreme Ownership, and it's a good book. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still a great book. It helps you to really focus down and become a better leader no matter what circumstances or what walk of life you're in. The other one is Your Successful Farm Business, again by Joel Salatin, and he basically says You Can Farm is his high school diploma, and Your Successful Farm Business is his university degree. So if this book doesn't explain everything quite enough for you, this is a book he wrote maybe 20 years later, and the principles in this one are all true, and this one just expands upon those and dives a little deeper into them. I would recommend reading that book first because it gives you a great base for which to expand on later with this book. I got two books left, and the reason I left these for last is that they're not going to teach you the same way as these books. These books are going to build your business and help you to be successful wherever you are, you know, with marketing, leadership, and a huge base on how farming works and all that sort of thing. But these books are fiction books. I just have these on here because, you know, sometimes you need some of that light reading, and these books are really fun. It's Andrew Peterson's Wingfeather Saga. He's got 4 books in the series, but I've only got 2 because I lent 2 of them out to my friend who's still reading them. And The Lord of the Rings is on its own pedestal, maybe C.S. Lewis, but these books are close. They are some of the best fiction books I've ever read, and I can highly recommend them. Just start at book 1 and work your way through the series. They are great books for light reading. So I'll put the links to where you can get these books in the description below. I try to make it really well-rounded with some great wisdom on farming, leadership, marketing, direction on, career or whatever, and then some lighter reading that'll, help you get going. So when you're bored in the spring months, when there isn't a lot to do outside, you can learn and gain wisdom so that when you go to do stuff, you're more successful with your entire venture or business or whatever you're doing.